What if I told you that one of the NFL's biggest scandals wasn't about cheating, but about a cover-up that went all the way to the league's highest offices? This isn't just about deflated footballs, it's about power, image control, and how the NFL quietly rewrote the truth. January 18, 2015, the AFC Championship game. The New England Patriots are crushing the Indianapolis Colts 45-7. Tom Brady looks unstoppable, but after halftime, whispers begin circulating. Something is wrong with the footballs. A Colts linebacker intercepts a Brady pass and notices the ball feels soft. Not slightly underinflated, noticeably different. He alerts his coach, who passes the message to game officials. That small observation sparks one of the biggest controversies in sports history, Deflategate. After the game, officials measure the footballs used by the Patriots and discover that many are below the minimum air pressure required by NFL rules, 12.5 psi. But what followed wasn't just an investigation into football pressure, it became a war of image, control, and truth. Almost immediately, the NFL's office releases statements that hint the Patriots tampered with the balls. But here's the twist. The NFL didn't actually have all the facts yet. Before any scientific analysis, before interviewing Brady, or even checking environmental factors like weather, which can naturally lower air pressure, the league's higher-ups leaked information to media sources. Why would the NFL push a story before confirming the truth? Because it wasn't just about the game. It was about protecting the league's image as fair and clean, even if that meant sacrificing one of its biggest stars. A few months later, the NFL hired attorney Ted Wells to lead an independent investigation. The Wells report claimed it was more probable than not that Tom Brady was aware of deflation, but experts soon found it ignored basic gas law physics. Air pressure drops naturally in cold weather. It wasn't about science or truth. It was about crafting a story that protected the league and painted Brady as the villain. During the chaos, Tom Brady handed over his phone but later destroyed it before the NFL could access it, prompting sensational headlines like "Brady destroyed his phone" and "Guilty conscience." In truth, Brady had already shared relevant messages, and deleting old phones was routine for privacy. It was a calculated PR move designed to protect the NFL's image and paint Brady guilty. Behind the scenes, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell faced immense pressure. The league had recently been criticized for its handling of the Ray Rice domestic violence case and the concussion cover-up controversy. The NFL desperately needed to look tough on wrongdoing. But there was a problem. The evidence didn't match the punishment. The NFL's own lawyers later admitted that no one could prove intentional deflation. Yet, Goodell refused to back down. Because backing down would mean admitting the league had overreached, and that could shatter its credibility. This was no longer about air pressure. It was about control, ego, and saving face. Brady fought back. In 2015, he and the NFL Players Association filed a lawsuit against the league, arguing that Goodell's punishment was arbitrary and violated due process. And in a stunning move, a federal judge agreed, overturning Brady's suspension, calling the NFL's process fundamentally unfair. For a moment, it seemed the truth had won. So, even if Brady was innocent, the league could legally punish him anyway. That's when it became clear. This wasn't a search for truth. It was a display of power, the science that exposed the truth. In the years following the scandal, independent scientists and data analysts revisited the evidence. They concluded that no intentional tampering occurred. The pressure drops were consistent with temperature and weather conditions that night. The American Enterprise Institute, a nonpartisan think tank, released a detailed analysis proving the Wells report's conclusions were deeply flawed and unreliable. Even the NFL quietly stopped referring to the report as definitive after that. But by then, the damage was done. Public opinion had already turned. Brady's image was stained, the Patriots were labeled cheaters, and the NFL's credibility as a fair regulator remained conveniently intact. The truth came out, but too late. Why the NFL needed a scapegoat? Why would the NFL risk its integrity by twisting facts? Because scandals threaten business, and business is everything. At the time, the NFL was under fire for brain injury lawsuits, domestic violence mishandling, and criticism over inconsistent punishments. Deflategate offered a distraction, a clean, media-friendly villain. By turning Brady and the Patriots into public enemies, the NFL could say, "See, we hold even our biggest stars accountable." It was a masterclass in misdirection, punishing one to protect the many. This is how the NFL protects its brand, not by finding truth, but by controlling the story. Despite the chaos, Brady returned stronger. He served his suspension, came back in 2016, and led the Patriots to a historic comeback win in Super Bowl 51, down 28-3 against the Falcons. That victory wasn't just about football, it was redemption. Brady's message was clear: "You can take my games, but not my greatness." Even years later, fans still debate Deflategate, but most analysts now agree. The scandal revealed more about the NFL's corruption than Brady's supposed cheating. It showed how far a billion-dollar league will go to protect its image. The truth is, Deflategate was never about deflated balls. It was about inflated egos. The hidden lesson. So what can we learn from the Deflategate cover-up? It's a reminder that in powerful institutions, whether sports leagues, corporations, or governments, truth often takes a backseat to narrative. When image is worth billions, honesty becomes negotiable. The NFL didn't just protect its reputation, it rewrote history. And if that can happen in the world's most watched sport, imagine how often it happens where no cameras are rolling. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.